What's going on, guys? Messi here and welcome to a brand new video and welcome to your daily dose of transfer gossip. And today is going to be Saturday the 7th of December. We have confirmed deals and to be fair today there's quite a few to go through and also the rumours. So just before we get started, if you could do that good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button if you're new, and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. And the current schedule, I might try and stick with 8 AM, but instead I might make it around 6 PM UK time. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, the reason I want to try and change it up a little bit is because obviously 8 AM it means the news in the video is a little bit outdated, whereas if I done 6 PM it could pretty much be as soon as the news comes out. So the very first confirmed deal today is for OGC Nice. They've announced a January deal with Lazio for 25-year-old Danish international left-back Riza Demisi. It's an initial 6-month loan deal until the end of the current season. There's also an option to buy included. Charlton have completed the signing of former Palace midfielder Joe Ledley, and it's a free transfer so he can play from now, as before that I'm pretty certain he was a free agent. Brendan Rodgers, who a couple days ago suggested he had a release clause at Leicester City when he went to the Arsenal job, he's now signed a new 5.5-year contract with the club. I'm not sure if it still has a release clause in there or not, or whether they've upped it, but for Leicester City they're doing great right now, and it makes sense rewarding the manager because of that. Now we have some massive news for Chelsea fans, and I quite possibly could do a separate video on this, maybe on Sunday, at all the potential players Chelsea could sign. And the reason for that is because their transfer ban has now been halved, meaning that the summer window obviously they couldn't sign anyone, but they can now sign players from January onwards. And the rumours are suggesting that the Chelsea board are giving Frank Lampard up to £150 million to spend in his upcoming window. And the list of January targets are as follows: Ben Chilwell, Jadon Sancho, Wilfried Zaha, Hakim Ziyech, Moussa Dembele, Timo Werner, Nathan Ake and Kalidou Koulibaly. Realistically, some of those players won't be available in January, as most of them are too important to their current sides, unless Chelsea pay like crazy over the odds. But Chelsea in the next couple of days will be linked to so many different players, hence why I might do a separate video on it and see how the future Chelsea squad could shape up. Everton have sacked manager Marco Silva after just 18 months in charge at Goodison Park. This was confirmed on Thursday, and this is also one of the reasons I want to get the videos live at 6 PM instead, because this would have been in yesterday's episode pretty much as soon as it happened. His last game in charge for Everton though was in their 5-2 defeat in the Merseyside derby against Liverpool, and it saw Everton drop into the Premier League relegation zone. And the thing is with Everton, they spent a lot of money to build their squad, and so far it's just not working at all. Rumours are saying that it could be David Moyes going back to Everton to take charge yet again for a second spell, or they might turn to a manager in the CSL League, but I've forgotten the guy's name, though I think he currently manages Shanghai SIPG. And next up, according to the Daily Mail, they're saying Real Madrid midfielder Brahim Diaz has rejected a loan move to Getafe. The 20-year-old has struggled for regular first-team action since joining 1 year ago from Manchester City. He didn't really cost them too much money, but it's a player that if he wants to develop, he's probably got to go elsewhere. Nicolas Gaitan looks set to return to former side Boca Juniors, and that's despite being linked recently with moves to Aston Villa, West Ham and Sheffield United. In an interview with the Portuguese outlet Record, their vice president confirmed the midfielder has agreed a deal to re-sign for Boca. And now a player that wants to stay at Boca Juniors is going to be Carlos Tevez, and his current deal with the club expires at the end of this month, but he wants to remain there for at least 1 more year. He is 35 years old and he hopes to be handed a new contract, and he actually wants to retire at the club. It is his third stint with the club because he's played there previously before joining West Ham. I think he went from Juventus to Boca Juniors, and then when he went to CSL he returned back to Argentina. And next up, Gazzetta dello Sport are saying Jose Callejon could leave Napoli in the January transfer window. The 32-year-old is due to become a free agent next summer, and he's grown frustrated with a lack of playing time under Carlo Ancelotti this season. It's believed that Callejon would like to reunite with former boss Rafa Benitez in the Chinese Super League and join Dalian Yifang. That'll be when the market reopens, and as for a fee, Napoli might settle on a small one because he would be a free in a few months' time, and he's not really playing anyway. Former Tottenham manager Mauricio Pochettino is not a contender to take over the reins at Bayern Munich, according to Bild. The Argentine is available, but the German Giants are planning to explore other options. Bild also said Thomas Tuchel of PSG is a #1 candidate, alongside Ajax manager Ten Hag. And it does surprise me a bit because Pochettino is a world-class manager, and the fact he is available and could take over right away kind of thing, but instead they are looking at Thomas Tuchel as he has probably been a target for a bit longer. And the next story is that James Milner remains open to anything as his contract at Liverpool runs down. He could make a move abroad or potentially an amazing return to Leeds United, and that's if fresh terms are not agreed at Anfield. He would be available on a free at the end of the current campaign, but apparently Liverpool want to keep him. It makes sense why. He's very versatile and can still play at a very high level, but it's not just that. He brings so much experience with him, and I imagine he's very important to the dressing room. Red Bull Salzburg forward Erling Haaland has a €20 million release clause in his current contract. It's according to Bild via Calcio Mercato. The Norway international is one of Europe's most in-demand strikers after scoring 27 goals already this season, and it's taken him just 20 matches to reach that tally. They mentioned that both Juventus and Manchester United are among the favourites to get him, though over the last say 3 or 4 weeks, he's been pretty much linked to every single top European side. And if he was to cost just £17 million, I can guarantee everyone will be all over that. Inter Miami have made a bid for River Plate midfielder Palacios according to Radio Continental. The talented 21-year-old has played a key role in River's recent success and seen the club reach back-to-back Copa Libertadores finals, which I'm pretty sure they won the first one. The German outfit by Leverkusen, however, is still interested and they are likely to activate his release clause, so the Argentine midfielder does have a few options. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has made an approach for Paris Saint-Germain midfielder Leandro Paredes, and this story comes from El Intransigente. Sorry I said that wrong by the way. They say the Red Devils are keen to bring the Argentinian into the club during the January transfer window, and they believe his lack of game time in the French capital means PSG will be willing to sell him mid-season. He joined a year ago from Zenit for a very large fee and was even voted the worst signing in Ligue 1 last season. He was linked to Chelsea a year ago as well, but he might look to kickstart his career yet again because, again, like I just said, the last 12 months have been definitely some to forget. But the story mentions that United aren't the only team interested because both AC Milan and Napoli are also monitoring his situation. And again, the next story does come from the same source as the Paredes one, and that is saying that Tottenham are keen on Ajax defender Nicolas Tagliafico. The Premier League rivals Everton, who are now without a manager though, they're also said to be in the hunt for the Argentine fullback. But the same outlet go on to say that Tagliafico is currently playing his last season for Ajax, and Borussia Dortmund have already placed a €60 million offer for the left back, and they want to double his current salary. Most of Borussia Dortmund's business goes under €30 million or around that mark, so to double it to 60, I'm not sure if that includes his contract offer as well because that would make a bit more sense, but yeah, 60 mil seems very high. Manchester United are still hopeful of signing Tottenham midfielder Christian Eriksen in January, that's even after the Denmark international rejected them in the summer. He may still be holding out for likes of Real Madrid or Juventus, but for United they still want to bring him in, and it would be a cut price deal at around £40 million. The Independent are saying Chelsea are interested in signing Wilfried Zaha from Crystal Palace, but it wouldn't be a January move. Instead, they'd wait until the summer transfer window. And Chelsea's director of football is believed to have held talks with his agent already over a potential move. Now, Chelsea, because they can buy players, Zaha probably will be on that list, and Zaha's agent has suggested that a move to a top side, it could happen sooner rather than later. Real Madrid are preparing to launch a €55 million bid for Ajax midfielder Donny van de Beek next summer, it's according to De Telegraph. The Dutchman has also been linked to a move to Tottenham instead, but he'd prefer to take a new challenge at the Santiago Bernabeu. And my guess is it'd be very difficult for Ajax to turn those types of offers down because combine Donny van de Beek and Tagliafico, those rumours, it's €110 million plus. Atlanta United have placed a £19 million price tag on Ezekiel Barco's head amid interest from Manchester United and Arsenal, as according to the Daily Mirror. Inter Milan, AC Milan, Roma and Sporting are also thought to be monitoring the 20-year-old situation as ahead of the January transfer window. Now, I'm not sure if United's interest is genuine or not, obviously we'll have to wait and see, but I know for Sporting, if they do end up selling Bruno Fernandes, Barco himself, he could be the man to replace him. But that, guys, is going to be it for this video. So if you could do that good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button if you're new, and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. My previous video will be down below in the description box, and the current schedule, like I said before, 8 AM or 6 PM, let me know down below in the comments. So thank you for watching this video, I'll see you next time.